Hi, and hope you're doing really well today. I wanted to get in touch with you and talk to you a little bit about the top concerns that you've written into me and told me about. If you don't know, this is Damian Leon, and I came from a background of about 12 years of consulting. Now, in that, I mean, it was a great job, but I just really knew that I was kind of like chained to that establishment. I knew that I had no control, but when I looked at the internet, I saw, wow, there's so much possibility there. And you might feel the same way. You might say, wow, there's something so powerful right there, right under my nose. But how can what are the actual how-tos? How can I get over my obstacles that I'm having right now? How can I leverage that? How can I use that and create something really powerful that's going to, empower me to have freedom in my life and to just be able to create something great? And I'm going to help you to do that. So I like to talk to people and I like to get to know their top concerns. The first concern that you guys wrote into me and said that you're having, 25.7% of you actually said that list building is your number one concern. And when I formed this business, I really had that in mind in the beginning because I know how it can feel. It can feel tough to understand that you know that you need to build a list, but you just want to know, how can I do that? How can I build a big list? And how can I use that leverage? How can I increase my reach? And how can I make whatever I do really successful? So we are going to focus heavily on list building and the most effective ways to do this. And a lot of the traditional methods, or a lot of the methods in the recycled products that you see out so very often on the internet, really a lot of it's out of date, unfortunately. And you wouldn't know that actually, but I just want to tell you. And well, you might know, but I'm just letting you know, a lot of it is out of date. And on the other hand, a lot of it is just not correctly positioned for where you're at right now. And I really appreciate everybody that wrote in because I got a good idea of where everybody is. So at 25.7%, list building is the number one concern. And if you look right below this video, I put a link to my list building mind map, and I made that especially just for you. And on the left on that mind map, it's going to show you kind of the mindset to get into to build a large business, to build a list. Let me just talk about the word list real quick. It's not a list. It's an audience. And I'm not a internet guru or something. I'm a person, okay? And you're a person. We're all people. And you're ahead of me in certain ways. You have strengths to bring to the table. I have some strengths to bring to the table. Your audience, the ones that you're building and you're serving in your marketplace, have strengths, they have concerns, and they have things they need help with. And as a business owner, your responsibility is to learn what those things are and then help them. That's serving them. And that will build you such a strong business that will help people for years and years to come. And so remember, when you're building your list, it's an audience and you're helping people. And remember, what we want to do is we want to think about leverage. And leverage means the scope of people that you're reaching in your business. And so a lot of people, they say they focus on building the best WordPress blog or building the best websites or building the best content or plugging in that membership site to this or having this mechanism over here working as well. Great. But sometimes it's a little out of balance, and unfortunately, they say, like, if you remember that movie Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner, there was like this, I don't know, baseball field appearing out of the mist, and I think the ghost of Babe Ruth came and said, "Build it, and they will come. Build it, and they will come." So you spend all your time, you create all these websites, or you even create just one website. Maybe a WordPress blog or something, you think, if I just create this wonderful content, people will just naturally find it, right? No, actually no, they won't. A lot of times, they may. It's very unlikely though. And so what I want you to do is focus first on your leverage. And you had the right idea because you said list building is your number one concern, so you know that instinctively. And I just want you to focus, but probably a lot of people, they just kind of gloss over that because they're not sure how to do that, but they can't easily build a WordPress blog. So for example, but we're going to teach you easy ways and more effective ways to build your list. So in the list building mind map, you'll notice that I didn't put things like Google AdWords and PPC and things like that because for you, where you're at right now, it's just not cost effective and it just doesn't, the cost benefit analysis just doesn't work for that. But the things I put in that mind map do work, will work for you, okay? All right, that's the number one, list building. Number two is information overload and focus. And I understand, okay? I totally understand. By the matter of fact, I think I told you before, but I spent like over $25,000 on various products and services and that sort of thing, subscriptions, all of that. But just at the end of the day, it's not about the products are all good. I'm always learning and I continue to learn, but sometimes too much analysis or too much incoming information can cause, you know what I'm talking about, paralysis. It can cause you to not act because it gets confusing. And that's why I made that blueprint. Let's see, you may have a lot of components, you may know about a lot of components, but you might not really realize what the blueprint is. But that list building mind map is a great blueprint as well for you, and it's absolutely free. It's just right here below the video. And it's going to give you that kind of the context of what you need to do to build a business online. It doesn't matter if your market you want to serve is internet marketing or health or dating or relationships or anything that you want to serve. It doesn't matter. The principles are the same, okay? And so don't be overloaded. Just always remember there are two principles. First principle is leverage. That's the audience you're reaching, the width and the breadth of that audience, your sphere of influence. And it's going to increase as you learn these principles because it just will naturally happen. It'll be attracted to you. And the second one is the contents, the quality of the resources. At first, you might just recommend resources. You might do reviews, that sort of thing. And later on, you might be producing some of your own products, and that's even more leverage for you because you'll have other people wanting to market them for you as well. So that's advanced right now. We'll get to that later. Okay, and traffic, that's number three. Well, now, again, just like the word list, the word traffic is sort of overused, and it means a little bit something different to me than it may mean to you. So let me explain. It sounds like when you say traffic, these are random, like cars or objects or things floating through or hits on your website or something like that. But again, remember, these are people, and we want to go after a channel-targeted market, a group of people that have a strong interest or strong need to have problems solved in a certain area. So that is right off. That's the reason why certain types of traffic aren't going to be as effective as other types of traffic. For example, like I said, an AdWords campaign in Google will be very expensive, and it wouldn't necessarily be the warmest or most targeted traffic in the beginning when you're building your list. Okay. But, for example, like things like giveaways and JV partnerships and things like that we are going to talk about that are very effective and targeted will help you out and will be applicable to where you are. Okay? And the last two, I won't go into detail, but just monetizing and increasing responsiveness in your list. And don't get stressed out over it. Just remember that people learn in different ways. And so adding different media in, like some video here, some audio, some text, obviously some interesting graphics, it just keeps people engaged. Remember that when you communicate with people, it's almost like a TV channel. You need a good mixture of content, some entertaining twist of it, like, I'm doing the video thing. You can do certain videos if you'd like, or audios. Some good content and learning, education. And promos, which are things you're advertising, which fit into what they need to help them solve the problems and move to the next level. So I just want to leave you on this. Those are your top concerns. I won't go through the whole list right now, but those are your top 4 or 5 concerns. And I just want to leave you on this one last thought and communication from us. I believe in you, and I know that you wouldn't be watching this video and you wouldn't care enough about yourself and about your family and about your future and about your life if you weren't watching this and if you weren't really dedicated to your success. But you're dedicated to your success. And I want to say, first of all, that I believe in you and we all believe in you here. And we know that if you don't let this stop you, some thoughts in your mind, if you don't let that stop you, but you realize that you already have everything in here and in here that you need to do this and to do it for the long haul and to be successful and to be yourself and to rise to the top, then you will rise to the top. and we're going to be here to support you and care about you and love you throughout the process.